Welcome to Divine Couples. Your host, Naomi Slater, will awaken your passion, deepen your intimacy, and invite healing into your relationships, working towards accessing higher levels of consciousness in all areas of your life. Come with us on this journey to explore and experience your fullest potential.
You are listening to Society Bites Radio, social interaction for the mind and soul. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Naomi Slater, and you have tuned in to Divine Couples, adding intimacy, passion, and healing to your lives. Molly KUBES was a full-time yogi turned laptop entrepreneur. She grew a $500,000 personal brand through Instagram in less than 3 years with no formal business experience. She is the CEO and creatrix of WOMB, Women's Online Mastery in Business, an online program and community for female spiritual leaders wanting to go full-time online. Molly teaches leaders how to stay in their feminine power while at the same time creating a lifestyle of time and financial freedom. Hey, Molly.
Hi.
How are you, love?
Great.
So happy to have you on again. And now we're going to be diving deep into all of these aspects related more to what you do in your business. Yeah. So you are an online business strategist for soulful and spiritual women. Can you tell us about what you do?
Yeah, so I help service-based women, so women that, have a gift or a service, so women such as you who, do like relationship coaching or things like that. I help them create premium products and services and sell them through social media. I also help them create online courses and develop a profitable online business. So it's not necessarily, there's a lot of online business stuff out there around drop shipping or selling products or network marketing. And this is more so around your gifts and your passion and how to really be of service and also profit as well and optimize that so that you can create an online business.
Yes, totally. And I can say that I, of course, am doing your online course, and it's been incredibly beneficial to me. And I really, really connected with the way that you encourage women to really dive deep into their gifts and really appreciate their gifts and monetize them. So for me, your course was exactly what I needed. And I'm super curious to ask you, how did you start out as a female entrepreneur, and what do you attribute your success to?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So when I first got started, I really fell in love with yoga, and I wanted to do yoga full time. But the only way that I knew how to do it was to teach at the yoga studios. That seemed to be what everyone else was doing and in my circle, and it seemed to be the best way. However, in order to make the income that I needed to pay my bills and my food and things like that, I had to teach 16 yoga classes a week.
That's crazy. That is insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how you did that.
Yeah. And yeah, so it was crazy and insane.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really giving me the freedom that I desired. I didn't want to work a 9-to-5 job. I was more of a free spirit. And so teaching yoga full time seemed to be the answer. However, when I did that, I felt incredibly trapped. And every time that I would miss a class, my numbers would drop because it's really important that you consistently show up. And I had really big dreams of traveling the world, and I wanted to go to Hawaii, and I wanted to travel to all these different places. But whenever I did, I would lose my numbers and therefore a lot of my income. Yeah, so it kind of sucked. So I had this one friend who was an international online yoga instructor, and he was a massive Instagram influencer. And I was like, okay, well, there's another option. Like I can travel and do these things, but I didn't have like a super massive following. I only had like less than 1,000 people following me, and he had almost 100,000. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I was like, how am I gonna make this work? And so I knew that I wanted to go online so that I could travel. However, I wasn't exactly sure how. I noticed that he was selling like different products and teaching very low-end yoga courses and things like that. And so I tried to do those things, but they didn't work for me. And because I didn't have a lot of eyes on my work like he did. But what did work was me creating a premium package, which was basically charging a larger price point for a deeper level of intimate service. So instead of charging $11 for this big class or big online yoga class, I ended up creating a premium online course that was called From Stressed to Blessed. And it helped women that were really stressed chill out using yoga and meditation. And a lot of the people that I attracted, had a similar story to me where I shared in the previous podcast that I used to really struggle with binge drinking and all these things. And a lot of the women that I attracted were also really struggling with addiction. And I was able to help them overcome that by using meditation and yoga. So what happened was I ended up selling 6 spots to this online course, this premium online course that was priced at $2,000. So it generated 12 grand in the first time that I launched it.
Amazing.
And I was like, whoa. That's like what I'm making in a year as a yoga teacher.
Wow.
So I ended up letting go of a lot of my in-person yoga classes and being able to do that full time. And then what happened was so many people saw me grow and accelerate very fast online that other yoga teachers and other leaders started contacting me and asking me how I was able to teach online. And eventually, after like the 6th or 7th person, I surrendered. I kept on saying, no, I'm not going to teach you. I would literally just like refer them to other people. And then finally, I was like, okay, I'm going to teach you and I'm going to do this. And then so I ended up signing my first client to teach them online business. And since then, it was so much fun for me to teach business as well and social media marketing that I ended up doing that full time. And now I have this whole program that teaches women all around the world how they can build an online business with their passion and their gifts. So so that's how I got started.
Amazing. That is incredible. I love that. That I think it gives people so much hope and inspiration to hear how you started out and where you are now. It's just incredible. And I would love to learn and understand from you how you use, because I know that you do this, how do you use your life force energy to propel your business forward?
Yeah, well, I think it's really important when you're a personal brand. So what I'm teaching is basically helping people harness their gifts, their stories, their passion, and their expertise and sell it online. And when you do that, you become a personal brand. So your business isn't something like Kmart. It's something where it's you. You are your business. Yeah. So it's really important for us to take care of ourselves and everything really comes into check. It's not just, that you need all these different components to your business, is that you need to be fully in check yourself, not just physically, but your mindset and your energetics as well. So it was actually a huge personal awakening for me, because in order for me to be a big leader and start to serve hundreds and thousands of people online, I had to raise my field and my standards as well. I couldn't stay the same person. I had to shed a lot of layers of myself and allow myself to break through my own glass ceiling.
Amazing.
So my mindset, like reworking my identities and my mindset and my energetics as well was really pivotal to my growth. I'm a completely different person from stepping up as an entrepreneur. Like I couldn't have done it the way that I was doing it before. And it's not like we changed ourselves to be something different. It's just we become an even greater version of who we truly are so that we can be of even greater service.
Yes. Yes, totally. And I just actually recorded a monologue earlier this morning just on that topic.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's incredible. So can you also talk about the connection between money and self-worth? Because I know that this is something that you really, really, this is kind of how your course opens up. And that's a really big issue for a lot of people. So can you talk about how those things are connected?
Yeah. So as I shared earlier, I wasn't selling an $11 yoga course. I was making $35 a yoga class on average. And then I went to a $2,000 package.
That's a nice jump.
It was a huge, huge jump for me. And I knew that this was going to be the way to go, but it was really scary to go from such a low price point to such a massive price point. And in order for me to do that, I had to really it wasn't even just self-worth, but it's the worthiness of the transformation that the work that I provided, the work that I did could provide. So what I really had to dive into it wasn't like I was just slapping a price point on this thing, but I knew that these methods helped me transition from like drug abuse and all these different things, and like physical toxicity from that lifestyle helped me heal, like literally allowed me to shift into a completely different person. If I hadn't found these practices and actually committed and devoted myself to them, I might not even be here. I would be like, so I know that change, that commitment to that lifestyle shift, like is priceless. And I had to really honor how valuable that actually is. And if I could provide that for one person, like if someone commits a higher price point into something, they're way more likely to do the work and change versus like $35 and just going to a yoga class here and there. If they were to invest $2,000 in the framework that helps me, they're way more likely to actually do the work and show up to every single session and actually transform than just going to a yoga class,
Totally. Yeah, it's super important, I think, the process and having a substantial amount of time to work with somebody and not just one-offs, because you really just don't achieve the same level of transformation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what are some of the advantages of being independent and growing your own business? I mean, I could, of course, answer this question, but I'm going to let you answer it.
Yeah, I think it gives us the opportunity to be that even greater expression of who we truly are, and sometimes I feel that it's really easy, like no shame if you're working a job that you love, a 9 to 5 or something like that. But I find that it can be very comfortable and it can almost give us a false sense of security. And I think that's why a lot of people go into these types of careers and jobs and choose that path, is because it gives us this sense of comfortability and security, which I totally understand, especially if you have more on the line, like kids and and things like that. However, what I've truly realized on this path of spirituality and business is that my security and my truth really comes from God. It doesn't come from my job. It doesn't come from my finances. It doesn't come from all of that. Yeah. And I had to, by totally letting go of all of those